Commercial and infrastructure developments in and around townships has led to an increase in value in township residential properties. I visited Philippi in Cape Town, where real estate professional Fernando Antonio explained exactly why this has attracted many first-time home buyers as well as property investors to the townships. Fernando, welcome to All About Property.
Thanks, Cornelius.
Now, township properties have shown a lot of activity in recent years. Tell me about this.
Okay, so basically there's a couple of things that are fueling the township property market. First of all, the significant developments of the malls and infrastructures in the townships are actually one of these factors that actually fueling the activities in the townships. So people are now coming from other regions to come and buy properties in the townships because of all these significant developments taking place in the townships.
Talk to me a bit more about these developments.
Okay, so these developments include the building of malls. If you look at across the road here, there's a new development taking place, a commercial one. So at some point, most people will actually want to increase their properties, even in terms of rentals, where they're selling their property, because now there's an impact within the area.
And who is currently buying township properties?
Okay, basically I think there are three target markets for the township. First and foremost is first-time home buyers. Basically most of them, they are recent graduates, get a job, they find a property, they get married and then they find a property. And secondly, it's property investors. These are the people who buy properties and just to list them out for monthly income.
Yes.
And lastly, it's also property developers. These people buy a land, develop properties and sell all those units.
And what should investors be looking out for? Because surely not every township is ideal for property investment.
Okay, a lot of people think that the township is crime infested, whereas not all the townships are crime infested. I think the first thing you need to look at is whether this area is not crime infested, whether there are infrastructures for people to be able to access certain economic activities. I think that's the one thing you need to look out for, which will have an impact in the rental income or rather the sale of the property.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Let's talk about that first-time home buyer. Why is a township property a good step in the door for that first-time home buyer?
I think the township is mainly known for low-cost properties. So for a first-time home buyer, especially within the township, most sellers actually prefer to sell cash and not bond because of the whole process. So with low-cost properties, you are able to access a loan of 150,000 or 170,000 cash and you buy the property. First come, first serve. And I think the other opportunity is that, most of these RTP properties are mainly 2 bedrooms or 1 bedroom. So there's a huge extent of land for one to be able to build their dream homes.
Now there's also a government housing subsidy that is there to assist these first-time home buyers. Tell us about this subsidy.
With that program, you need to qualify for a home loan with the financial institutions, with an accredited one, of course. So for example, let's say you're purchasing a property of 300,000, but then the bank doesn't give you the full amount of 300,000. They then decide to give you 250,000. That's where Flis comes in. Flis will be able to pay the shortfall of the asking price of the property.
So, Fernando, tell me, who qualifies for this Flis subsidy?
Okay, so basically we look at the household income. So if the household income is between 3,500 to 22,000, you qualify for Flis.
Now, you're also involved in an initiative where people are being educated on township properties. Tell me more about this initiative.
Okay, we take you through a journey. So if you do not qualify for a property at this time point, for example, you attend our educational workshops. We educate you and put you in different programs to assist you to make you qualify for a property at some point.
Now, you are the founder of a township property portal called ZAkasi.co.za.
Yes.
Why did you see a need for such a property portal?
Okay, so basically most of the people in the township normally go to train stations to put up posters saying that I'm looking for a property or I'm selling a property. So now the idea came about in order to solve this solution, this phenomenon that's taking place, let's rather create a township property platform, take all these available properties in the township, put them under one umbrella, and give access to people to be able to access these properties with an education, of course.
Any last thoughts that you want to leave the viewer with regards to township properties?
It's important to ensure that there are legal documents pertaining to this property, whether indeed it's in the name of whoever sells the property. In most cases, people will sell you the property, but then it's not on their name. Especially for first-time home buyers, it's very important to ensure that the property is indeed owned by this person who's selling the property. Go to an attorney for an assistance to do the deed search on the property, to verify the person who's selling the property, because most people in the township prefer cash and not bond.
Fantastic, lovely chatting to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kunidi.